Hi, today I want to teach you how to play Sagrada, which is a lovely game all about making stained glass windows. We're going to be making our stained glass windows on these boards here, one for you and one for me. At the start of the game we get given two sheets of possible designs with two-sided, and we choose which one we'd like to do and get rid of the other card. And maybe, for example, you'd like to do this one. I think it's called Sun Catcher, and you'll see that this one has 3 pips down in this corner. The 3 pips is a difficulty level out of, I think, 6 is the hardest. And it also tells you how many helpers you'll get during the game. So once you've selected your design, you take your stained glass window holder and insert like so. And now your design is in the board, ready for you to start placing dice. There's lots and lots of dice in this game. Full bag of them. And it feels really good and it sounds really good. Now I said you'd get some helpers, so you were on 3 pips you had. So 1, 2, 3, I'll give you 3 glass beads. And I've chosen my design already, and mine is 5 pips. So I'm going to give myself 5 helpers because mine's a little bit more tricky to complete. Now if you don't use these helper glass beads, they are worth a point each at the end of the game, but you may find yourself needing them. And what happens on a turn is that we'll be pulling dice from this bag and putting the dice in our designs. One thing we do right off the bat is choose randomly one of these cards. So for example, this is purple, and I can give you the purple. You'll keep that face down, so I don't know what colour you've got, and I'll get one as well. And that means you're going to get some bonus points for purple dice that you have. On the turn, let's say it's my turn, I'm going to pull 5 dice. 2 for me, 2 for you, and 1 for the round tracker. And so I pull them out, oh wow, and then roll them, and I managed to just draw some red and blue. There's actually 5 colours of dice in here, which we can see if I grab some more. And so what happens since it's my turn is I will choose the first dice. It goes around to you and you'll choose yours, and then back from you, you'll choose another, round to me. So I'll choose first and last, and it goes around the table. If there's more than 2 players, it goes around the table, and then it starts with that last player again and comes back around. It can be really nice to have first choice of the dice, because you might find the exact dice that you need to squeeze into your design, but it's excruciating to be last because you only have 2 dice to choose from at that point. And so that can be quite tough, and that's where you might need some of these helpers. Anyway, so it's my pick, so I'll just take a red one and I'm going to slot it in. And then it's your turn, and we can look at yours, and you might choose to say, well, this blue square here can only hold blue dice. That's one of the rules here. So you can put your blue dice in there. You'll see some of the slots also have numbers. So, for example, that one there is a number 4. And so you can only put 4 dice with 4 on them in there. This one only is dice of value 2, green dice there, for example. And then these white spaces, anything can go in those. The other restrictions are you can't have 2 dice of the same color adjacent, and you can't have 2 dice of the same number adjacent. So I can't put a red 6 next to a blue 6, and I can't put a blue dice next to a blue dice. The first dice has to start from the outside edge, and then you grow from there outwards, the diagonals including there. So I could put this blue dice right there, for example. You'll choose 2 dice, which you've done, and then it comes back to me. I choose 1 of the remaining dice and I put that in, and I started with a red down here. And I've already kind of messed up because look what you've left me. I can't put a red here, here, or here. I've got to put a 5 there and a 4 there. Well, I can't even go. Well, This was a terrible first play by me. I should have left myself more options. I should have looked at the dice that maybe were coming back to me. But this was not a good play for me. So actually, one of these dice is just going to go away because I couldn't play it out of the game. And then the last dice will go on the round tracker to show that we have played one round. We're going to play 10 rounds in total. 2 dice each round, so 20 dice, which is enough to fill up your board. Unless you mess up like me, I'm going to have a hole now because I'll only have 19 dice on my board at most. And so any holes I have at the end of the game are worth a point off. You lose a point for each hole you have in your window. And that's it, we keep going for the 10 rounds. Now what about these tools? Maybe I could have saved myself. So at the start of the game, we'll draw 3 of these tools at random, and let's see what we get this game. For example, here we have one that on the draft. So when you take a dice, you can flip it over. So you can change a 1 to a 6 or a 5 to a 2, for example. Another one here lets you move a dice, but you can ignore value restrictions. So where it had, say, what is that, a 4 in there, you could ignore that 4, move a dice in there, but ignore that it has a 4 on the board. And so you have to pay, the first time somebody uses, for each one of these, the first time a tool is used, it costs 1. Maybe I use that one, and it costs 1. Every other use of these, you'd have to pay 2. I have to pay 2 again if you want to use that one again. So the first time is just 1, and then it's 2 for each tool after that. Then we go into final scoring. Well, I mean, we'll have a lot more dice on our boards, of course, so we'll have drawn other colours. I would have more than 1 dice, and if you're very lucky, oh my gosh, I keep drawing blues and reds, but maybe I can put, you've got a bunch of dice. What was your card again? It was purple, so maybe you'd managed to accumulate some purple as well, all across the board. Well, you would look at this, and then you look at, since it's purple, you would look at all your purple dice and add all the pips up. So here you've got a 3 and a 2 in purple, so that would be a total of 5 points. And what we do is the round marker will be filled up to 10. We'll turn it over. We'll take your little score thing here, and so you got 5 points from your purple, so we'd move you up 5 points. You didn't use any of these tools, so you'd get 3 points there. And let's say you filled all 20 in, so you didn't lose any points for having a hole. We're also at the start, during the setup, we choose randomly 3 of these cards, and these are scoring cards. So these come out at setup, so we know what they're going to be. So this one's nice. This is the row color variety card, and what this means is that for every row where you have all of the colors, so if you've got all of the colors in a row, you'll score 6 points. And of course you could have all 4 rows with a rainbow of colors like that. They don't have to be in this order, but just all the colors. So you could have 4 rows all multicolored and score 24 points, 4 6s. These ones are 2 points for each pair of dice. So on this one, a pair of 1s and 2s, so there's a 1, there's a 2. Great, I've got 1 pair, so that'd be 2 points. They don't have to be next to each other, the same color or anything like that. Just if you add up all the 1s, add up all the 2s, and see how many pairs you've got, and 2 points for each pair. And then this one happens to be similarly for the 5s and 6s. They say higher dice are darker shades, and lower numbered dice are lighter shades. So this is the light shades, and this is the deep shades they want you to collect. So we get additional points from that. We move our markers, and we see who's won the game. This game's a lot of fun, lots of tactile dice to play with, and I think you'll really enjoy it. It plays well from 2 to 4 players.